Once again, guys, we are back with another very creative roulette strategy. And with this particular strategy, folks, you guys can win great money in the casino playing with 10-cent pieces all the way up to $10 pieces, just like I'm going to show you right now. You guys can play with whatever you want. Now, if you guys are going to play this way, you guys can just take $300 out, mark my words, 300 bucks out, and play with 10-cent pieces. All right. Um, Excuse me, I said the wrong thing. You guys can take $300 out and play with $1 chips. Or if you guys take $30 out, I said the wrong thing, take $30 out. Sorry about that, and play with 10-cent pieces. So $30 for 10-cent pieces, $300 for $1 chips. And I'm just going to show you as an example with 3,000 bucks with $10 chips. It doesn't really matter. Use your imagination when you come through my channel. All right. And that is about it. Inside the pink box, folks, I'm going to show you the roulette bankroll so that you guys do not have to ask. All right. And with that being said, we're getting ready to get under the way. If you guys are brand new to my channel, go ahead right now and subscribe to my channel and start screen recording your favorite patterns, your favorite strategies off of this channel. Now watch this. Watch this, folks. I'm going to select boom, 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 and boom. Or excuse me, 4 units plus a safety. Actually, you win money with this safety chip. All right, I never thought of this way before, so I'm going to show you guys for the first time how to do this particular method. Now, this is an easy method for you guys to win money. Now, watch. When I spin this thing, I did start the stats from 0. Watch this. 10 comes out, okay, and we lost. Now, what we're going to do here, count the losses is the key to this strategy. By counting the losses, after the second loss, depending on where you're at, is when you will ladder. So watch. We're going to spin again, same money. Watch this. The key is trying to not ladder, trying to keep on, using the same money. But we did lose. We're simply just going to ladder the system one time. Boom, 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 and boom. After the second loss. Keep that in mind, folks. After the second loss. Now watch. There is the number 29, and that's a partial win. No problem. We're going to simply spin again. And there is the number 34, and look at that, folks. We are $60 over. Not bad at all. All right. Now, let's check our stats. There is our stats. We're going to switch to pattern up again. Select 4 single streets. Okay, 4 single streets. All right, with 1 safety. 50 cents is your buy-in, or $5, depending on which one you guys are using. I'm not sure which you guys are selecting. And there it is again. 70 bucks a hit, or $7 a hit if you guys are playing with $1 chips. Let's try this. We'll try this. We'll try this and this. And we will also try a double street. Okay, and we will spin. Just keep moving the numbers is the key. So we did lose. We're not going to ladder as of yet because we can get our money back. Well, actually, we get our money back plus $20 more. So watch. Let's see. Now we did lose. So we're simply going to ladder the system one time and spin. Here we go. And there is the number 30. So count your losses. That's the first loss on the double that, or actually on the ladder that we just laddered. Now we're going to spin this again. If we miss, is only the time that we ladder again on another level. So here we go. And there is 34. No problem. Simply going to ladder again. And spin. And there is the number 8. That is another miss. Count your losses. That's one loss on this level. We're simply going to spin again before we ladder in case that we lose. And we did lose. So we're simply going to ladder the system again. Okay, and spin. You have plenty of money in the tank to do this. And there is the number 20. And we did miss that. Count your losses. That was the first loss. We're going to spin again. Same money. And there is the number 31. Okay, that is a $280 return. We're going to simply spin again. This is how you stay ahead. All right, not ahead. Keep afloat. All right, there is the number 2. All right, no problem. I'm simply going to spin again because I'm just down a little bit of money. If we hit again, we will be up. We'll see. All right, so there is 8. Now count your losses. That's one loss on this level. Playing this way keeps you in the game very long. And there is the number 25. That is a partial. So we're going to spin again. So we're in this thing still. And there is the number 33. All right, that is a $280 win. I'm simply going to spin again. Hopefully I can hit one of the single streets. And there is 35. Count your losses. That is considered to be one loss. I'm going to spin again. And there is the number 31 at that level. All right, we're 90 over, but we were over a little bit more than that before. So I'm going to spin again. Hopefully I can hit. And there is the number 27 for another partial win. All right, let's reset this thing. We are up $130. I'm going to try to move numbers now around. Excuse me, like that. Just move numbers around. We'll do that, and we'll do this. All right, we'll spin. It's all about counting your losses with this particular method. And there is the number 29, and we're $200 over. Okay, I want to reset this thing again. All right, with a split. Whoops, I made a mistake. I got too many. I'll put my split there. Now we're set up, right? And we spin. All you gotta do is count the losses. It's all about counting the losses with this method. And there is 15. Cool. We're up $270. It's very hard really to lose this way, honestly. I'm just filling in these blanks. And I will spin. And there is the number 26. We will simply spin again. And there is the number 6. That's 2 losses. We will ladder the system one time and spin. And there is the number 9. That's a partial win, but that's not enough. We once was up 200. We're very close to that mark, but I need to be over the mark before I change the number sequence. And I just did. And look at that, folks. Look at the session win. That is $330. Not bad at all. All right. We will do that like that and spin. And there is the number 35. Beautiful. So, folks, it looks like in the matter of 10 minutes time, we made ourselves $400. Actually, this is 11 minutes. We made ourselves $400 within 11 minutes. And I'm going to mess around with it some more. All right, this is pretty fun because it's kind of hard to lose your money as long as you're rotating numbers. And there is another hit. And folks, it looks like that's $470 in only 11 minutes. Boom, boom, boom. I'll put a safety there. And let's just have some fun with this part of the board over here. And there is 30. So we're just simply going to play the same money again one time. If we lose, is when we ladder. If we win, we just keep on playing the same money. And we did lose, no problem. So we're simply going to ladder the system one time and spin. And that is 33. All right, we are going to spin again. And let's see if we can stay in this level and come back. All right, now we're going to ladder the system. We're actually still up. So it's pretty cool, folks. Now we're going to spin. That's the next level. Count your losses, folks. There is 23. Alrighty. We spin that bad boy again. If we hit another big number like that, we can be close, but we did not. So that's one loss. That counts as one loss now because it reset it. If we lose again is when we will go up another level. 6 comes out. All right, and that is $210. See that? This is a beautiful strategy. We spin that bad boy one more time and we could be over the $470 mark. And we didn't do it, so that counts as one loss. We're simply going to spin again and let's see what we can do. All right, so that is 2 losses in a row on that level. All you got to do is ladder the system again, and we spin. Let's see what happens. There is the number 29. All right, let's simply spin that thing again, and if we lose, we will ladder the system. 16 comes out. And we did lose. Let's ladder the system again and spin. And there is the number 22. And that's going to be a $350 return. We're going to spin again. And there is the number 12. That is a partial win of $50. We spin again. And there is 0. All right, we're going to stay right there. Same money. So if you guys are playing online with $1 chips, this will be $2.50 for the spin, of course. All right, so that's 350 bucks coming right back up. Look how strong the money comes right back. We're going to spin again. And there is 33. All right, we are staying at the same level, folks. That was one loss. Count the losses is the key to this particular roulette strategy. And there is 22. 22 comes out, and look at that. Look at that. 340 now. We're at 340. If I hit one more, I'll be way over that $470 mark that I was at before. And it looks like, look at what we just did, folks. You see how easy that was? Look at what we just did, folks. Look at that. That is a $690 profit in 15 minutes. We just rode that train, the choo-choo train. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. And I'm going to try it again. This is fun. Real fun. Let's do that like that. Okay? This is a fun system and fun way to make money. And there is the number 13. And we did miss. We're going to simply hang in there and play again. And there is the number 29. That's a partial win. And we spin again. And there is the number 17. And look at that, folks. Look at that, folks. Look at what we just did in the matter of 17 minutes, folks. We made ourselves $720. So let's play another pattern. Spin again. And there is the number 10. That's another partial, which is another win. Cool. 730 bucks, but I'm going to spin that bad boy again. And there is the number 22. All right, I'm going to spin again, of course. And there is the number 27. And that is another $70 coming right back, folks. $70, 750 bucks. 750 bucks in only 18 minutes. Boom. Like that. Boom, boom. Just having fun with these patterns. And let's continue to spin. And there is the number 14, as we did lose. I'm going to spin again. Same money. And there is the number 21 for a partial win. So we lost 50 bucks and got back 10. So let's play again. And there is the number 30. And look at this, folks. Look at this, folks. That is a $780 win. $780 win in 19 minutes. Something like that. All right, let's play again. And there is the number 3. 3 comes out, and we did lose. No problem. Because even if we win this next one, we will be above what we just lost. So let's see. And look at that. See? We lost 50, but gained 70. Look at that. Gained 70, and we just made ourselves $800. This will be 80 bucks. Guys, if you guys have been playing with $1 chips, please keep that in mine in only 20 minutes flat. Boom, 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 and a boom. Let's play again. And there is the number 5. Okay, we are going to play again. And there is the number 20. That is a partial win. So we lost ourselves 50 and got back 10. And if we hit another one, we'll be up more. Let's see. And there is the number 2. All right, so we're going to count that as a loss. We're going to spin again, and we're going to see if we can stay. The key is not trying to ladder so much and stay in the game. And there is the number. There is $70 coming right back. So we're just down 20. If we hit again, we'll be over that mark with little risk. And there is 6. No problem. Guys, stay the course. You just stay right there and play. Do not ladder yet, because that resets your losses. Now we can ladder one time. See? Low risk. We just double that just like that, or the first ladder. And then I'm going to spin that bad boy. All right, there is 10. 10 comes out. Count that as your first loss. We will spin again. And there is the number 24. Second loss. Boom, 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 and a boom. And let's play. And there is the number 5. Count that as your first loss. Let's spin that bad boy again. And there is the number 17. That's a partial win. All right, we are going to play again. And there is the number 16. That's another partial win. All right, we're going to play again. I wonder if we can hit $900 today. We'll see. That's your first loss. We are going to spin that bad boy again. And there is a second loss. No problem. Let's simply ladder the system again. Boom, 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 and a boom. And we spin that bad boy. And there is the number 1. All right, that's the first loss. And we are going to spin that bad boy again as we are counting our losses. And that's 2 losses. No problem. We're going to ladder the system again. Remember, guys, as I said before, you have plenty of money in the tank to come back. And there is the number 32. That's 1 loss. And we will spin that bad boy again. And there's 35. And that's a win. That's $350 return. We will spin again. Watch how fast we come right back. There is the number 26. That's another $350 return. We're going to spin again. There is the number 24. And that's a loss. 1 loss. Let's spin again. And there is the number 11. That is going to be 2 losses. We're going to ladder the system again, of course, and play. And there is the number 29, and that is a $420 return. So, folks, 2 hits like that can put us right back to where we were. This is why I love this system. There is 16. That's a partial hit, so I ain't talking about that. But 2 hits, and we will be actually over where we was. So let's see. There is the number 22. That is a loss. Count that as 1 loss. All right. There is 2 losses right there. Alrighty, we're going to ladder the system, of course. All right, that's 1 loss. We are going to spin that bad boy again. And that is 2 losses right there. Let's ladder the system again. And we spin. Now they're going to come back in big chunks if they hit. That's 1 loss. All right, let's spin that bad boy again. And there is 19. That is a partial win. So we're going to spin again. And there is 14. Okay, that is a $560 win. Let's spin again. And there is 23. That's a loss. So we're going to spin again. And there is the number 35. That's another $560 win. We're going to keep spinning. All right, there is a second $560 win. Let's keep going. We're like 3 wins away from where we were. There is another $560 win. All right, let's play again. We just need 1 more win like that to... There's 0. I was going to say 1 more win like that to be exactly where we were. But we are going to spin that bad boy again. And there is 23. That is 2 losses in a row. So let's ladder. Boom, 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 and a boom. As we spin that bad boy. That's 1 loss as we count them. We're going to spin that bad boy again. This is going to be over $600 if we hit one. This is a partial loss, I believe. Yep. Partial win, excuse me. Let's play again. And there is 14 for a full win. And that's a $630 return. All right, let's play again. And there is the number 32. That is a loss. So we will spin again. And there is the number 6 as we ladder the system again. And let's play. Now this should be over $700 if it hits. And it did. So that's going to be $700 return. We spin again. And there is the number 10. Let's spin again. And there is another $700 return. We spin again. And there is the number 5 for 1 loss. We want to spin that bad boy again. And there is 28 for a $700 return. Let's spin that bad boy again. All right, there is a loss. We're going to spin again. And there's 2 losses. All right. Let's ladder the system. And we spin. And there is the number 30 for a $770 return. Spin again. And there is the number 21 for a partial win. All right, let's spin again. And there is the number 23. Let's spin again. That's 1 loss. And there is the number 9 for another loss. We're going to ladder the system again. 1 time and spin. All right, there is 1 loss. Spin that bad boy again. And there is 19 for a partial win. Spin again. And there is 12. 1 loss. Spin that bad boy again. And there is 25 for an $840 win. Let's spin again. And there is 14 for another $840 win. Let's spin again. And there is 27 for another $840 win. Spin that bad boy again. And there's 0. We're going to count that as a loss. Spin that bad boy again. There's 35 for an $840 win. Spin again. And there's 6 for a partial loss. For a full loss, excuse me. That's 1 loss, I'm sorry. And there is the number 28, giving us an $840 win. Spin again. And there is the number 29. And you see it, folks. You see it. You see it, folks. You see it. That is $1,550. You might as well round it off to $1,600. $1,550 with this here particular roulette session today. And let me mess around with the numbers here. Okay, folks. And let's play. Try it again. And we got the number 30. We're going to spin that bad boy again. And there is the number 1. That is a $70 win. All right, let me play that bad boy again. And there is the number 27. That is another $70 win, folks. And look at this. $1,640 in the matter of 34 freaking minutes. Setting up this thing again. got the number 20. And look at this, folks. Look at this. You see it like I see it. This is 1,700 freaking dollars that we made today on this here system.